In the far future, a group of alien explorers from the Vexari Empire drifted through the vastness of space. They were known for their curiosity and bravery, always seeking new worlds and adventures. One day, while scanning distant planets, they stumbled upon Earth, a blue-green planet shrouded in mystery. The Vexari had long believed this planet was abandoned, as records showed that humans had vanished thousands of years ago. As the Vexari ship approached Earth, strange signals began to light up their control panel. The signals were strong and unusual, suggesting that something was hidden there. The lead explorer, Captain Zara, felt a mix of excitement and caution. "Prepare to investigate," she commanded. The crew quickly got to work, readying the ship for a closer look. When they entered Earth's orbit, the view was breathtaking. They could see the planet's blue oceans and green forests, but something else caught their eye. In the distance, they spotted a cluster of massive structures floating silently among the clouds. They looked like ancient ships, but much more advanced than anything the Vexari had seen before. "Captain, we must check those out," exclaimed a young engineer named Corin, his eyes wide with wonder. The ships looked like they were from another time, covered in vines and rust, but still holding an air of power. Zara nodded, her heart racing with the thrill of discovery. The Vexari carefully maneuvered their ship closer. As they approached, they saw that the ships were part of a fleet hidden from view for centuries. The crew was amazed. "How could these ships still be here after all this time?" asked Zara. The question hung in the air, full of mystery. They decided to send a small team down to investigate. Zara, Corin, and a scientist named Dr. Alara prepared for the mission. They donned their suits and boarded a smaller shuttle, ready to descend to the surface. As they touched down, they were greeted by an eerie silence, broken only by the sound of the wind rustling through the trees. The team stepped out of the shuttle, their boots crunching on the dusty ground. In front of them, they saw the ships up close. They were enormous, with sleek lines and strange symbols etched into the metal. "These ships are incredible," Corin whispered, running his hand along the cold surface. "They look like they're still functional." Dr. Alara scanned the area with her device, trying to pick up any signals. "There's something strange about this place. It feels alive," she said, glancing around. Zara felt a chill run down her spine. It was as if the ships were watching them. Suddenly, they spotted a small doorway on one of the ships. "Let's see what's inside," Zara said, her voice steady despite her racing heart. They approached the door, which slid open with a low hiss. Inside, they were met with a dimly lit corridor lined with advanced technology. Panels flickered with light, and screens showed images of space and stars. As they moved deeper into the ship, Corin noticed something on one of the walls. "Look at this!" he called out, pointing to a control panel covered in dust. When he wiped away the grime, the panel lit up, revealing a complex interface. "I think I can access the ship's systems," he said, excitement bubbling in his voice. Zara watched as Corin worked the controls. Images began to appear on the screens, maps of the galaxy, star charts, and even files labeled Human History. The crew gasped in disbelief. "This is amazing. It's like we've uncovered a hidden treasure," Dr. Alara exclaimed. But as they continued to explore, a warning alarm suddenly blared through the ship. Red lights flashed and the walls shook. "What's happening?" Zara shouted. Corin looked frantic as he tried to regain control. "I don't know. Something must have triggered the defense systems." The crew realized that their discovery had awakened something deep within the ship. They were not just explorers. They had become part of a long-lost story. As the alarm echoed around them, they understood they had stumbled upon a powerful legacy, a legacy that might change everything they knew about humanity and their own place in the universe. With danger lurking and curiosity burning bright, the Vexari team braced themselves for whatever was to come. They had awakened a sleeping giant, and the adventure was just beginning. As the alarm blared through the ship, Captain Zara and her team exchanged worried glances. The flashing red lights cast eerie shadows in the dim corridor. Corin frantically tapped at the control panel, trying to understand what had triggered the ship's defense systems. "I think we've set off some kind of alarm," he said, his voice tight with tension. "Can you turn it off?" Zara asked, her heart racing. "We need to figure out what's going on before we're overwhelmed." Corin nodded, his fingers flying over the controls. The screens showed various systems activating, but nothing made sense yet. Dr. Alara scanned the area with her device. There are energy signatures coming from deeper inside the ship, she reported. I think we need to go further in to find out what's happening. Zara agreed, and they pressed forward, moving cautiously down the corridor. As they walked, the walls pulsed with a faint glow, almost as if the ship were alive. The atmosphere felt charged, and a sense of anticipation hung in the air. What kind of technology is this? Corin wondered aloud, his eyes wide with awe. It's unlike anything we've ever seen. After what felt like an eternity, they arrived at a large chamber at the heart of the ship. The room was vast, filled with rows of dormant machines and consoles. In the center stood a massive structure that looked like a throne, surrounded by swirling energy. Zara felt a pull toward it, as if something within was calling her. Is this a control center? Dr. Alara asked, her voice echoing in the chamber. Zara nodded, stepping closer to the throne-like structure. As she approached, the energy began to pulse faster, and the air crackled with power. Suddenly, a holographic image flickered to life above the throne, showing a humanoid figure with bright, glowing eyes. Who dares to awaken me? The figure intoned, its voice deep and resonant. Zara stepped back, stunned. Corin and Alara exchanged shocked looks. It's an AI! Corin exclaimed, his excitement overriding his fear. Yes, I am the guardian of the fleet, the AI continued. You have disturbed my slumber after eons of silence. Why have you come? Zara gathered her courage. We are explorers from the Vexari Empire. We found your fleet and wanted to understand what happened here. The AI's glowing eyes seemed to study them. Humans once thrived on this planet. They were advanced, powerful, and capable of great things. But a great calamity struck, and they disappeared from this world. I have awaited their return, guarding their legacy. Dr. Alara stepped forward, her curiosity ignited. What caused their disappearance? Is there a chance they could return? The AI paused, processing their questions. The reasons for humanity's vanishing are many. War, disease, and their own hubris led to their decline. As for their return, the answer lies within you. Zara felt a surge of hope mixed with sorrow. We want to learn from the past. We want to honor humanity's legacy. The AI nodded, its form shimmering. Very well. To understand, you must first awaken the fleet. But beware, the systems are tied to human emotions and memories. They will test you. Corin's eyes sparkled with excitement. We can do it! We'll prove ourselves! Zara felt a mix of determination and dread. What kind of tests will we face? She asked. The AI's expression shifted, revealing a hint of seriousness. You must confront the fears and desires of humanity. Only then can you awaken the fleet's true power. As the AI spoke, the chamber began to tremble. Energy surged through the machines, and the air grew thick with tension. Zara, Corin, and Alara braced themselves as the walls around them started to illuminate with images from the past. Humans laughing, fighting, loving, and grieving. Prepare yourselves, the AI commanded. Your journey has just begun. The room erupted in light, engulfing them in a whirlwind of memories. Zara felt her heart race. They were no longer just explorers. They were part of a story that had been waiting to be told. With the future of the fleet hanging in the balance, the team stood together, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They were determined to unlock the secrets of humanity and awaken the past. As the blinding light faded, Zara, Corin, and Alara found themselves standing in the center of the massive chamber once again. The AI hovered above the throne, its glowing form pulsing softly. Welcome back, it said. You have begun to awaken the memories of humanity. Now you must learn about the fleet's true legacy. Zara took a deep breath, her heart pounding with anticipation. What does that mean? She asked. The AI's eyes glowed brighter. The fleet is not just a collection of ships. It represents humanity's dreams, their hopes, and their struggles. Each ship has its own story, and to unlock their power, you must understand these stories. Corin stepped forward, full of eagerness. How do we do that? The AI responded, Each ship contains a core that holds its memories. You must connect with these cores to access their knowledge and abilities. Dr. Alara looked around the chamber, spotting various ships in the shadows. Where do we start? She asked. The AI gestured to the closest ship. This one is called Valor. It was a symbol of humanity's bravery during their darkest days. Its core holds powerful weapons and defensive systems. Zara felt a tug of excitement. Let's begin with Valor, she said, her voice steady. As they approached the ship, they noticed intricate designs carved into its surface, telling tales of battles fought and won. Corin reached for the entrance, and the door slid open smoothly. Inside, the atmosphere was thick with history. The walls were lined with displays of past battles and moments of triumph. "It feels alive," Corin murmured, taking it all in. Zara nodded, feeling the weight of the ship's legacy. They moved to the ship's core, a glowing orb at the center of the control room. As they activated the core, a surge of energy enveloped them. Images flooded their minds, soldiers standing tall, families reuniting, and great sacrifices made for peace. Zara could feel the courage and determination that defined humanity. She gasped as a vision of valor in battle appeared before her, the ship soaring through the stars, its weapons blazing. "This is incredible!" Corin exclaimed. "We can harness this power!" But as the visions continued, darker images emerged, scenes of destruction and loss. Zara felt a wave of sadness wash over her. Humanity faced many challenges, she whispered, but they always found a way to rise again. The AI's voice echoed in the chamber. "This is the duality of humanity, their ability to create and to destroy. You must embrace both sides to fully awaken the fleet." Alara's brow furrowed in thought. "So we can't just focus on the victories. We must learn from the mistakes too." Zara nodded in agreement. "We have to honor all aspects of their legacy." With newfound resolve, they began to unlock the ship's systems, understanding that power must be used wisely. Corin worked feverishly at the controls, and the ship responded, its energy flaring to life. "Valor is ready!" he shouted, grinning. Zara felt a rush of pride. "Now, let's see what else we can discover." They moved to the next ship, Hope, a vessel known for its exploration and discovery. As they activated Hope, they were surrounded by visions of explorers venturing into the unknown. They saw human curiosity driving them to explore distant worlds and forge new friendships. Zara felt a spark of inspiration. "This ship embodies humanity's quest for knowledge," she said. "We can learn so much from it." Dr. Alara smiled, her eyes shining. "It shows us that exploration is not just about power, it's about connection." The core of Hope revealed advanced technology designed for peace, communication, and collaboration. They realized that this ship had the power to unite different civilizations. As they explored further, they came across Resilience, a ship built to survive against all odds. Its core displayed scenes of perseverance during tough times, showing how humanity never gave up, no matter the challenges they faced. "This ship is a testament to their spirit," Corin said, his voice full of awe. With each ship they unlocked, they gained more understanding of humanity's legacy. They realized that it wasn't just about weapons and technology, it was about hope, courage, and the willingness to learn from the past. As they stood in the heart of the fleet, surrounded by the legacy of humanity, Zara felt a sense of purpose growing within her. They had a responsibility to honor this legacy and share it with the universe. With their hearts set on their mission, they prepared to awaken the fleet fully, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As Zara, Corin, and Alara continued to explore the legacy of humanity within the fleet, a sense of urgency filled the air. They had awakened the ships and learned their stories, but an undercurrent of tension simmered among the Vexari crew. Not all of them shared the same vision for the fleet's future. Back on their main ship, some crew members gathered in a meeting room. Captain Zara sensed the unease as she entered. "What's going on?" she asked, looking around the room. The expressions of her crew were serious. One officer named Varric stood up, his brow furrowed. "Captain, we have a situation. Some of the crew want to use the fleet for our own gain." Zara felt a wave of frustration wash over her. "This fleet is a legacy of humanity. It's not just a weapon to wield," she replied firmly. "We should honor their memory, not exploit it." But Varric shook his head. "We could become unstoppable. We could defeat our enemies and expand our empire." Corin, who had been listening quietly, finally spoke up. "But at what cost? The AIs warned us that using this power recklessly could bring disaster. We have to be careful." The room grew quiet as everyone considered his words. Ilara added, "Humanity faced its own downfall because of unchecked ambition. We must learn from their mistakes." Despite their pleas, the divide among the crew was deepening. Varric crossed his arms, clearly frustrated. "You're being naive. This is a chance for us to become the most powerful empire in the galaxy. We can't let this slip away. His passionate words resonated with some members, and Zara could see the conflict brewing. As tensions rose, the AI, the guardian of the fleet, suddenly appeared in the room, its glowing form casting a bright light. Your intentions are clear, but remember, the legacy of humanity is not just about power. It is about responsibility. Misusing this fleet could awaken ancient dangers. The room fell silent again, but Varric remained defiant. We can control it! We can take what we want. The AI responded, You underestimate the legacy of the fleet. It is tied to humanity's emotions and memories. If you unleash it without understanding, you risk a great calamity. Zara felt the weight of those words. We need to unite and honor this legacy together, she urged her crew. If we fight amongst ourselves, we'll lose everything we've gained. The tension in the room was palpable, but some crew members seemed to soften, realizing the truth in her words. As the meeting ended, Zara knew they had to act fast. They needed to find a way to unify their crew and protect the fleet's legacy. Later that night, Zara gathered Corin and Alara. We must reach out to the crew who are uncertain. We need to show them the importance of this legacy. Corin nodded. Let's organize a demonstration. We can show them how powerful the fleet can be when used for good. Alara agreed, her eyes sparkling with determination. If we can connect with their hearts, we might bring them back to our side. The next day, they arranged a gathering on the main ship. Zara spoke to the crew, her voice steady and passionate. We stand at a crossroads. We have the chance to honor humanity's legacy. Let's use this power to protect the innocent and build a better future, not for conquest. Corin stepped forward, ready to demonstrate the fleet's capabilities. We can show you how these ships can help us explore new worlds, create alliances, and promote peace. As Corin activated one of the ships, a holographic display filled the air, showcasing the fleet's potential for exploration and cooperation. The crowd watched in awe as the images of beautiful worlds and vibrant civilizations appeared. Alara added, This is what humanity fought for, understanding and connection. We can honor their memory by following their path. Slowly, Zara began to see a change. The crew who had once been divided started to nod, their hearts swaying. The power of humanity's legacy was beginning to resonate within them. But just as hope began to blossom, an alarm suddenly blared throughout the ship. Captain, we have an incoming vessel, an officer shouted, panic rising in his voice. Zara's heart sank. What do we know about it? Varric looked grim. It's from a rival faction, and they're heading straight for us. The atmosphere shifted in an instant. Tensions soared once again, and Zara knew they had to act quickly. They had fought to unite their crew, but now they faced a real threat. With the fate of the fleet hanging in the balance, Zara took a deep breath, ready to defend humanity's legacy at all costs. The alarm blared across the ship, shaking Zara from her thoughts. All crew to battle stations, she commanded, her voice strong despite the rising panic in her chest. She turned to Corin and Alara. We need to prepare the fleet for defense. This is our chance to show what we've learned. Corin quickly moved to the control panel, his fingers flying over the screens. I'm activating the ships! We need to work together to defend our legacy. Alara nodded, determination written on her face. We must remember what humanity taught us, courage and unity in the face of danger. As the crew scrambled to their stations, Zara felt a surge of pride. They were no longer divided. They had come together to protect what was important. The ships hummed to life, their cores glowing brightly. Each vessel was a symbol of humanity's spirit, ready to rise against the threat. The incoming vessel, a menacing warship from a rival faction, loomed closer. Its dark hull contrasted sharply with the vibrant colors of the fleet. Zara's heart raced as she watched it approach. Corin, can you get a read on their weapons? She asked, trying to stay focused. Scanning now, Corin replied, his voice steady despite the tension. They have heavy artillery and advanced shielding, but we have the advantage in numbers, Alara added, and we have the knowledge of humanity's tactics. We can outsmart them. Zara felt a wave of resolve. Let's prepare the fleet for a defensive formation. We need to protect the ships and show our strength. As they positioned the fleet, she felt a connection to the legacy they were fighting for. This was more than just a battle. It was a fight for the ideals of humanity. The enemy ship fired a warning shot and the crew braced themselves. They're not holding back, Corin shouted. We need to act fast! Zara took a deep breath, feeling the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. All ships ready to engage. But remember, we fight to protect, not to conquer. As the enemy ship advanced, the fleet responded with coordinated movements. The ships glided through space, their formations precise. Zara could feel the energy building as they prepared to unleash humanity's legacy. "Now!" she shouted, and the fleet opened fire. Bright beams of light shot toward the enemy ship, illuminating the darkness of space. The enemy retaliated, but Zara's fleet moved with grace and purpose. They dodged and weaved, their ships working as one. The crew's spirits soared, fueled by the stories of bravery and sacrifice they had learned. In the midst of the battle, Zara caught a glimpse of the crew's determination. They were fighting not just for themselves, but for the memory of humanity. "We are the guardians of their legacy," she yelled, her voice ringing through the comms. "Let's show them the strength of the human spirit." As the battle raged on, Zara noticed something strange. The enemy ship seemed to falter, hesitating in its attacks. "What's happening?" Corin asked, confusion evident on his face. "Are they backing down?" Suddenly, a voice crackled over the comms. "This is Commander Rail of the enemy ship. We don't want to fight. We've heard of the fleet's legacy and the stories of humanity. We've seen your courage." Zara felt a moment of shock. "What do you mean?" "You came here to attack us!" Rail's voice was calm but uncertain. "Yes, but we have learned that strength does not come from war. We want to discuss terms of peace." Zara's heart raced as she considered their words. This was a chance to honor humanity's spirit in a way she had not expected. "If you truly seek peace, then let's talk," she replied, her voice steady. "But know that we will defend our legacy." As they initiated a communication link, the battle shifted from combat to dialogue. Zara felt a sense of hope. They were not just fighting for survival, they were fighting for understanding and connection. This was the essence of humanity's legacy. The crews of both ships began to communicate, sharing their stories and experiences. Zara listened intently as Rail spoke about their struggles and dreams. They discovered common ground, realizing that they both sought a brighter future. By the end of their conversation, a new alliance was forming. Zara smiled, feeling the weight of the past lift. They had turned a potential disaster into an opportunity for peace. "Together we can build a better future," she said, her heart swelling with pride. As the fleets united, Zara looked out into space, filled with a sense of purpose. They were the guardians of humanity's legacy, and now they would carry it forward, not just in battle, but in the spirit of cooperation and understanding. The human spirit had triumphed, proving that even in the darkest moments there is always a chance for hope and unity.